something that everybody is looking for, to cube the square, to be Neo, to come out of the matrix, to find a life partner that you have a physical marriage with and may be financially stable. The whole shebang. Welcome back to your video. As we get started with the reading, thank you all for tuning in. All right, when it resonates, hit the like button. We are in the chat, so feel free to put your messages or communicate. Tell me how it's going, what could be better, what you like about it, what you resonate with. I will start doing the coffee cup readings in July. And as I almost forgot, I'm just inspired by this mark on this crystal. This is a Herkimer diamond that I got at the, I think, Little Five Points in Atlanta a very long time ago, somewhere at a crystal shop. And it was huge, and it broke like the next day, 2 days. I cracked it in half, and it's been in halves since then. I think, maybe 10 years. So I'm looking at it, and it looks like a little angel lady, like a little dress. You know, it could be a kid or a lady with wings at the back. And so I was like, oh, my coffee cup readings. Maybe that's why my puppies actually spilled my coffee today before I started the reading. So thank you, Spirit. And yeah, you guys shared that epiphany with me in Spirit right here. So another thing, the intuition, I guess my spark or pizzazz that I started with has just been rushing back in. I took a little bit of time to study, get licensing in different things in holistic healthcare and the whole quantum metaphysics, but just the natural intuitive connection to be able to communicate with you guys and receive messages from Spirit. I am just so overjoyed to feel it like stimulated. So when I sat down, of course, in my nerdy zone, I'm going to let Spirit decide what this reading is going to be about. I'm going to intuitively pick the deck, and shuffle it out, and we're going to start talking. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. However, before I started the video, there was a unicorn, a Pegasus, and a third eye that I added because I know I'm OCD, and it seems like there were more on this side than on this side. So to balance it out, I just put my hand in the bag, got 3 stones, and was shocked when I saw 2 horses, because it's a big bag full of a whole bunch of stuff. So 2 horses right by each other was insane. And then that eye came out. I don't know if you can see it, but you probably can, depending on how the video gets edited. So when I thought about 2 horses, right, who are very different, because first I thought it was the same thing until I took a closer look. It was a unicorn and a Pegasus. And so I was like, okay, some of you guys may have knowledge or some sort of connection to not only horses, but either unicorns or the Pegasus. They may tell a very different story. Now, I was intrigued to just not do the video and do my own research to inspire a message. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. It'll come to me, or it's going to come out in the cards. But I did want to share that with you in case it was some significance. I got the energy of the Chariot, because the Chariot are opposites. The Pegasus, the unicorn, opposites. But the driver in the Chariot is usually connected to that Father of Wands energy or source. The wand, if you study the Kabbalah or the Tree of Life, how the wand is up top by the crown chakra, and the third eye is not far from it. It made me think of telepathy, victory. It also made me think about the throne of God, or some of you being in this autopilot energy, which is favorable. Even through the chaos, it's kind of like thriving through chaos. The Chariot also talks about other things like transportation, the community, willpower, the solar plexus, a need to move forward in something, if that's a message that you want to hear. I was inspired to speak when the chariot idea came up about success, you know, and let's smash and something exciting. And Source Spirit had something else in mind, because it was like, no, not that. And I was like, what? So some people may not feel like hearing it. And I was like, what? That's what we do over here, right? But I'm not the boss. So speaking, I don't know, excitedly or rambling about success, or inspiring wasn't what Spirit felt was best for you guys today, or that you would like to hear. And I was like taken by it, but I'm a student. I can sit back and listen and see where this is going. So I just wanted you to know that like Spirit is on your side, knows better than I do about what could be going on, because its omnipresence is with us all. And if Spirit say don't come up in here hoop line about success being driven in victory, then I'm not. Oh, cute. Strength is also connected to that Leo energy, in the chariot. And if not like Leo, it's just an alpha, very dominant masculine kind of energy, right? So you do have strength in the number 38 when I split the deck, but we also have the number 14, which is connected to temperance, and communication, who's telling me, you know, hey, and then that card wanted to pop out, coherence with Spirit, communicating with Spirit. Some of you, that could be a gift of yours, having the courage and bravery to do so, or this is just like the motivation that you need. The ego is involved in that, which, as you can see, I gracefully bowed out of mine. But you have temperance here. So while we have the separating, you know, the opposing opposites in the chariot, I split the deck and there is its counterpart, which is a unity, or the alchemy of things actually blending. So I think that that's super dope. I'm using these cards to get us started, and then we're going to get the tarot for the message. All right. So these are going to be like our oracle cards, where we have, ooh, let me scoot it up so you can see it. Okay. Everybody just want to pop out. We have remembrance, coherence, romantic love, and allowance. If those are any phrases that spark a memory. We have communication. We have friendship, intimacy, and integration. Oh my God. So, okay, this isn't, like, I'm going to do me. I'm inspired. I'm walking away from things that no longer serve me, and I'm going to go hard. This isn't that. It's gentle. It's super cool. We have truthful and honest, being guided by moral standards. We also have intimacy, where it talks about trusting and it being safe to allow closeness, which may be necessary if friendship or some sort of connection is in the near future, based on mutual affection and appreciation. I love that. And for some of you, that could even be communicated in the near future. Ooh, so it wasn't about personal power, willpower, but telepathy and my masculine and feminine, or just a union of some sort that may be apart or are feeling like they're driving apart. We could be talking about something in the realm of communication and something, chemistry, things kind of working out and coming back in if we allow it to happen. Allowance says it invites us to open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence. So if this isn't a union for you, or something, intimate and romantic, or a friendship, it does talk about maybe the communication or partnership between you and something else, you and the divine, you and a manifestation, your higher self and your ego. I don't know. And I jokingly say that because some people come to readers and be like, are you supposed to know, Cleo? Right? I'm saying take it how it resonates. Thank you. We have synergy, which the numbers are mirroring 14. They are 41. And I did, I think on the community board, we had the number 44 come up today, which talked about staying focused and the angels encouraging you. And it did have something to do with success and fulfillment and actually financial wealth too. So maybe we should talk about some of those matters with this green. Ooh, and an allowance. Are some of y'all going to get some? I didn't even see where this come from. We have 10 and we have allowance. So we have authority and allowance, and kind of together they're 19. But we have authority is powerful, direct, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So that sounds like a masculine who is coming back better. And then allowance is kind of like receptive and feminine, but also strong, because there's no fear, no resistance, no judgment. And that would be the perfect fucking solution for my twin flames, or a group, a union, a friendship of some sort, where there's too much or not enough on either side. If the horses, you got the unicorn, which is connected to spirit in a way, if not sometimes spirit itself, the higher self. But the Pegasus is also a mystic being that has a beautiful story to tell. It's just a different kind of energy, because when I think of unicorns, I personally thought of something lighter, because in the chariot there's a white horse and a dark horse, or a light horse and a dark horse, let me say that. So I would think that the unicorn, would be the lighter energy, and the Pegasus a darker energy. But it's not good and bad to me, it's just different. Here though, as a relationship coach, okay, or a theologian, right? If this was marriage counseling, and like I said, be it an experience in you, a person in you, this is a perfect balance. This is a perfect balance, and they're still different, but they are so correct for whatever the shadow or excess energy is on one side. If it were tempered, and if some alchemy happened, it could be perfected and not changed. So it's like the same person, the same authoritative, hard-headed, direct, powerful person that is probably causing the problem for real, okay? Coming into this realization to be more receptive, wise, and loving through all of that power and say so. And then a person who may not have tolerated whatever this had to offer, being less judgmental, but not afraid, not resisting it, and just allowing this to have happened. That is super dope. So it's kind of like, however you want to look at it, instead of having anxiety, worry, or fear about how something is going to work out and trying to force it, because we can do that, especially if you're in a season of not standing down. You know what I'm saying? It's like a reminder that while you have learned so many things along your journey, and you're in a confident season, that allowance and temperance could still be beneficial. So let's, maybe that was the message. I'll shuffle to see if a card comes out. If not, we're going to move on to the tarot. Okay. One more shuffle. What do you think? Okay. We have magic and authenticity with synergy, the last card that came out a second ago. So we have allowance again, and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions. That is the moral of the story. I'm choosing, spirit has chosen. I think it's okay that I just put that there, because it explains that third eye, or the all-seeing eye, and it explains the Pegasus and the unicorn just coming because I said something ain't right. It's too much over here and not enough over there. And I didn't want to add any more crystals, so I added the charms. That's crazy. So yeah, acceptance, not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to, and then y'all know I love birds. This window is open and I'm distracted because they just keep coming by. Jesus. They just keep coming by every other sentence. So where was I? It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar, so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. And maybe it's important to that's where that no judgment and allowance comes in at, because we can get wrapped up in some past thoughts, situations, and experiences, And it's like, nope, I ain't, and it's like, it's a tricky situation where you kind of have to have that connection to something higher than self that's outside of the situation that may be able to guide you when things don't seem so obvious, um, or there's some magic involved. And it's like this. I opened the door, a fly came in, and you would think flies are scared of you. This motherfucker want to be closer to y'all. Like, it came from the window to this mic, then over to the device, and I'm like, go away. I don't do flies now. I like winged beings, but flies is not it. So let's go ahead. My apologies. And Spirit, let's get started. So we got 22. Look at that. You have change. This also talks about balance and some sort of transformation where you pick up one thing, figure that out, pick up something else, and learn how to function. Like we're the wheels are moving, okay? And I feel that they're moving in a harmonious, balanced way with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So I love that. We have Libra. Jesus, come on. All right, that's just not fair because we have, I shuffled these cards. This is just not fair. Spirit, I don't question you, but it's like do you want to explain that differently? Or somebody who may have been watching this reading that want more information, that is overly consistent. We have the Two of Cups, harmony and balance. We have the Mother of Swords, whom also is balanced. And it's kind of like justice without the, here's the cups and the sword, as I stated the first time that combination came up for you guys. What's being discerned is how I feel you're connecting the dots about things outside of you. And there are some things that may have transformed and changed since the full moon. So since the strawberry moon, there may have been portals. There may have been things opened. There could have been changes of hearts, new ideas, and something on the mind of another person. And they could be coming toward you. And it's, I think I was going to say the dark horse. So whatever the Pegasus represents, because probably after this video, I'm still going to take a look at some of the significance. I forgot. I ain't going to lie. I spent some time looking into the Pegasus a while back when I was considering making like a crest for our family, even though they say that's what the king or a man passes down. It's like, whatever. What if he don't think of it and the female does? So there was something about Pegasus and horses then. Some of you, this could represent a soul tribe, a community, a household, a family. Also, as we talking about crests and stuff like that, the person who could have been on the hunt and out for a thrill, there may be some changes in their awareness, as well as they kind of have become aware about some things that maybe Spirit wanted them to see, some things that you've said. I feel like there could have been facts that were blurry, right? There could be some clarity. There could now be more alchemy, more of an allowance, I suppose, of something that was being resisted before that's creating this change. And I feel like whatever the change was in the arrangements of the situation. There was a block, regardless of this, if this is something you're working on or something you're anticipating. There was like arrangements being made. A fork came in the road is what I'm getting. And then there's some sort of award involved, recognition involved, something realized involved, or just like appreciation and being seen. So something is being seen, acknowledged, and celebrated that may have been blocked before, or there had to be some things rearranged so that you could see it. Okay. Woo. All right. So can I get a card for the, no? Okay. Here's my Pegasus unicorn. We also have a turtle, and turtles are the guardians of all animals. I learned that the other day because every time I come up with the tortoise, I think about slow, I think about steady, I think about ancient, I think about old, I think about lucky, I think about that shell. And when in danger, I'm a retreat. So if there's been any ghosting, introvertedness, hermit mode, a time for reflection or whatever, I feel like that could have been in the mix. And this kind of represents it all. So the all-seeing, the Pegasus, and the unicorn, I feel are tied into this Ten of Cups. So we're going to unpack that. The zebra, so interesting. Because look at the strings that are aligning the cups is specifically what's in this third eye of the zebra. And then, I mean, 2 minus 10 is 8. Every time I can't unsee getting to the 10 of cups from the 8 of cups. Look, 4 of cups in the reverse. Oh, we talked about that in the reading July 23rd through the 29th. And I said there could be some things that happen in our lives that teach us, remind us, or help us master acceptance, because I didn't want to say there was going to be like some rejection or dealing with traumas, incarnated energy, karma, or early childhood development, abandonment issues and stuff like that, like where rejection just triggers the fuck out of you. I get it. I know. Okay. And I didn't want to say that. So I just said, things that could massage us into acceptance. And so it's kind of like my thoughts were also interrupted by the picture and like a message. It may not be for everyone, okay, because we got wings and horses and trying to communicate. I feel like some of you, and like I said, this is not for everybody, could have a relative or like a female that you may have been close to, kind of like a sage or something like that. Because some cultures call it that. Like if you have some divine being or ancestor, or higher archy that isn't in this dimension physically, that could be guiding you, there could have been an ending. It may have been a relative, someone that was a guardian or that you grew up with. Well, that's possible, but that's very specific to have like mixed race or some passion for law. Justice could be an apology if you guys left on bad terms, but it's just something about creativity, harmony, bringing something into balance and letting something go. And I feel like that's the message for this particular ancestor. If you have someone on the other side and there are like unresolved issues and they want the best and wish the best, but there's something that could need to be like let go of, or for you to be brought into balance or something like that. And we did have an apology reading. So if you go through the live tab from the home screen, you'll see an I'm sorry kind of like message. So that could be for you. Okay. If you are in a place where you feel like you've had enough, if like the only person that you cared about or the only person you had isn't here, and that's just like, I don't want to say last straw-ish, but there's a message for you, because it's totally different and very distinctive, but totally different from like where we were headed, and then it just like broke through. So I do hope that helps. Okay. And that took me like way off course, so I'm going to shuffle. But for some of you, very unique, very creative, being full of a lot, and most of those things could contradict the other, like being conservative but also very liberated and creative, being practical, but it's like my magic is in the other stuff, the unorthodox. I'm kind of traditional, but I'm into the modern world or technology or something. So I feel that for those of you that have those multitudes, multidimensional, that may have appeared to be opposites, they're just, I feel like, strong differences. Sure, they're opposite, so they don't go in the same direction. And without the driver, that third eye or whatever the case may be, they could go crazy. But I think with, the right thing in the center, it wouldn't. And so this is something that could work through all of this. and it could be challenging for some of us, which even is a completion of a cycle, and it starts something new. So it's like, let that end. Let something go to start that something new, something that's very creative that I feel like is going to improve or enhance something. And as I'm running my mouth, now we talking. Okay, so what's coming toward you could come out of nowhere. It could be action. It could be, if you've been feeling stuck, you're gonna be unstuck. A bunch of messages flooding in, a bunch of texts flooding in, a trip, traveling, going the distance. Some of you, it could even be through meditation, or it doesn't have to be physical, because I'm still looking at this bat and it's like something comes from the other side, an unexpected ending for some of you guys. That was for the previous message. There could have been some distance between you all, which are my horses and my Pegasus or whatever. But I feel like with the snap of a finger, regardless of where you fit in this conversation, there is change. And I feel that that change is very powerful and very favorable. And I'm getting all like tingly and excited. That's crazy. So look at that. Unique. Very unique. Very unique energies. And while we have the moon in the background for the bat, which is a rebirth actually, so it may not even be an ending, it may be just a rebirth. That's why it's like okay to go through this change, this transition. It's okay. Something's being alchemized, something's being balanced out, something's being made right and restored. Ooh. And here's Temperance coming in with the oyster. The oyster does talk about some things hidden inside. And I could just imagine, because I got outburst, the 8 of Wands with this oyster and it opening, and whatever this magic is, it's like, pacow. You know what I'm saying? Alchemy, temperance, a divine being. Some of you have a divine being within you, and that's real high priestessy, which is going to probably give you that love and that soulmate connection, or that companion that you have been searching for in a person. You're going to merge with spirit. And I'm telling you right now, it ain't a person on this planet that can give you that type of attention, love, guidance all the time, every time, omnipresent. Yeah, baby, because people grow and move on and got their own stuff going on. So that is beautiful for whoever that is for, to come into contact with spirit, like literally. Maybe inherited it. You could be one of the chosen, a descendant of the archangels, ascended masters, my star seeds. It just talks about an inheritance, a legacy, an improvement of health. And as we talked about the Kabbalah, the 10 of Pentacles is also another 10, and a collaboration to the Kabbalah. But it does represent family too. So this is a very strong message about family. Maybe I have someone in the audience that's been thinking about taking a trip, going to see somebody, bringing it in balance, communicating that. A lot of messages, whatever. You guys are really going to be chatting it up. And I don't know if it's going to be a phone call. It may be some messages. If this isn't about a union or a relationship, it's just you and something or someone are going to be communicating, and a lot. And there may be some differences, but whatever that is can be transformed, transmuted, and rebirthed. Okay. Now, if this is finances for some of you, or somebody is inheriting something and it's going to be a wish fulfillment, that is in perfect alignment with some of you that may have an ancestor of some sort. I don't care if they're on this dimension or another one, that has something coming toward you or for you, and swiftly. It also talks about acceptance in the details of life. If something is kind of confusing and doesn't make sense, if you have a communication or a conversation and you don't agree with everything that's being said, just saying all right. For others of you that have been going through transmutation, that are very in that era, remember, standing up for yourself and kind of like working on your confidence and your self-expression, you may be tested to not overdo things. And so accepting the details and finding contentment to not get destructive or go overboard, I can see that happening anywhere. It could be student to teacher. It could be you calling in, wondering why your bill's so high. It could be a conversation with the landlord, you know, your children or a partner, where it's not exactly what I wanted to hear. It is what it is. And I'm just not going to challenge it, you know. So for some of you, that does show you a confirmation of the divine, and to have gratitude for the grace that you showed whoever that was, and the growth that you have. I do also feel that there could be wish fulfillment for some of you, something in the mail, because the Daughter of Pentacles does talk about that. As we talked about messages, it could be a package or something like that. A package that you've been waiting on, okay? And with the Nine of Cups, it's just like, yes, yes, yes. All right. Whew. All right, what else do we have? We have Spirit. We have this unexpected thing, okay? For some of you, we have some disagreements or a confrontation within the family unit or children. There could have been some conflicts. Look at that. Okay. Look, there's some nostalgia. Okay, we are this. It don't just fall out the sky, baby. It is for someone. How did it come out? Damn, it was this one. This one. Okay, so it was like that. So then I should do them like this. There was a fight. There was a conflict. There was some cord cutting. There was some blocks. There was the release of the block. And then there was something still frivolous, because the earthworm can actually heal itself. So it didn't need to even do what had already been done, or whatever was fighting against it shouldn't have, because look at how many times I'm just going, you know, so it's just, it would be never ending until someone said enough. And that's what that Four of Cups is, enough. This talks about growth. So for some of you, having that enough is your whole topic of discussion. For others of you, the roots here where we talk about family, tradition, and I am implementing divine beings, archangels, ascended masters, and all that kind of stuff, having some sort of sage. Others of you, recent relatives. For some of you, it talks about siblings. So if you have a passed on loved one trying to communicate a message between you and your siblings, that could be for you. It may talk about legalities, because the Queen of Swords does actually talk about a lawyer. If you have anyone in your family that could be lawyers, paralegals, legal aids, or something like that, here is justice, and it talks about something being brought back into balance or some sort of harmonious change. If it's not in the realm of a home, it could talk about like who inherits it. If some siblings are indifferent with what to do with some stuff, okay, and have just been kind of like split in two minds, if not actually arguing and fighting, all right. And then we have this Justice card, which is, I'm sorry, also Libra, or just to confirm what we were talking about, her sword with those two cups, something being outside of me or in me, because the tree is definitely outside, but these roots are kind of like within. Very interesting. Our shadow work comes from the roots. Okay, look at that, because this is a reflection. And if it's not shadow work, it's just like you are, I was gonna say a divine being. You have some kind of connection, inheritance, relative relationship toward, or union with this eye, because this eye is in the center of the zebra, which is connected to all of the cups, the cords and connections, and 5 and 5. And you know, that talks about change, things that protect us from other things that we don't deserve, things that we miss, because the 5 of Cups does talk about like regret, missed opportunities, but at the same time, it's like feeling blue. And then we did talk about blue. If not in this reading, it was earlier today, where blue was the color of something. I forgot what, so you have to listen to that reading. I ain't trying to be funny. I just honestly forgot. But super dope. So if there's an apology and an offer, or something that we are growing out of or from, if there's any deja vu or messages that I can give to help someone remember something that could be a solution to a conflict right now, we're going to do that. So I'm going to sit those there and these here, even though they may not be necessarily in that order. And this is very specific when it talks about unexpected deaths. I'm not going to hold you. And I would hate for it to be siblings and some sort of quarrel, or just a reflection on a fight something that ended unexpectedly, an argument that happened, and others of you, this gift, this offer, this adjustment to improve your situation coming from spirit or coming from some sort of change or a Scorpio. Here is the tower moment where the end of this illusion, the glass ceiling, the thing that's keeping us apart or holding us back. Let's see. Okay, so you got the house of God and the throne of God, y'all. All right, in one reading. Okay, so for did y'all see that? I hope it doesn't cut where you can see it. I picked the cards up and literally it was the unicorn. You stay for sure. You're gonna stay right there. And what else is? And then we got the dolphin. I just wanted to see, and the emperor. Okay. All right. So let's see where this is going. For the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Cups, any additional insight? I see Capricorn. Okay. I see the 2 of Swords down. All right. All of them are down. They could have been an accident, but I did want to point that out. This is definitely a cord cutting. This could be an ending of something. So there could have been betrayal, deception, something that we're healing from. Another 10. You got 10 cups. What else? You had the 10 pentacles. So there is definitely a community or family situation. And baby, that when I say give me a clarifier for the 5 of Swords and the 10 swords come out, it's something that was totally unnecessary, draining. It was bad. Whatever it was, it ain't, I don't like it. I'll just say that. And then for the 10 swords to come out, it's like, at least it's over. And it could have been rock bottom. It may have been betrayal. It could have been a lot of pain. Somebody else could be in their mind. If you are experiencing some memories coming back, some past life gifts or something resurfacing, and you've been considering doing like acupuncture, Reiki, or just something along those lines, if you've been in split minds about it, you have some clarifiers here that say go for it with that 2 of Cups. This is very clear cut because we did have the Emperor. We also have the 2 swords, and sometimes the 2 swords talks about the veil. And while that third eye is even here, where we see a different way or have access or insight from another dimension, this Ace of Wands is also connected to lighting the flame. Okay. So if I'm not talking about twin flames, I'm definitely talking to an individual that could have the capacity to ignite something within themselves, to remove, release something, whether it's rock bottom financially, deception or betrayal from generational curses, a cord or a connection to a situation or a person, child, you name it. Every time I want to clarify something, it takes us somewhere else. So, with this, this, okay, let it go. This is definitely, I know this is offering it up. All right. Sometimes the panther could represent an omen, a good or bad. Others of you, the Daughter of Cups is emotionally immature. And if that is where the adjustment may need to be made, or where the apology could be deriving from or toward, this is a purge of some sort. So a purge of something within the psyche or the emotions. All right. So this is where some adjustments could be made or an apology could be had. It was probably some verbal conflict. It was some stanging. Yep. We got Scorpio again with the Son of Swords. So for some of you, the Scorpio sometimes represent karma or debt. And then we have a debt collector or somebody wanting to collect the debt. And it's like, give me my shit. This is what I deserve. Whether you talking to the universe or, like I said, somebody, learning to accept, let go, and all of that, that's admirable. So kudos to you, my inheritant, because you have possibly accomplished the 9, the 3, 6, and 9. Because and we had the 9s. Did I post it? I didn't want to. Damn. It went from Life Path 9 to angel number 99 to 999. And I was just like, I'm over it. The moment has passed because I don't see how that it just didn't make it to the community board. I started with the live reading this morning, but that's crazy because you have the 9 of Cups here. And then again, with that inheritance, that person that learns this key step, that does something to purge out what could have been unnecessary in the psyche or in your developmental plan to awesomeness or whatever. So there's that. And then the reward is here. Look at all of this. That you don't see it. Some things that you're manifesting are definitely going to be a big deal, and they'll pay off. You may not see it immediately, but once that cow, that chariot, that 8 of Wands, that overnight, from here on out, that bat is my overnight card. I don't know why. Ooh, maybe somebody want to come overnight. I'm on my way and I'm just going to stay a day, but I'll come. Ooh. Okay. Now with the Tower and Spirit, it's like, that's exactly it. Wow, really? That isn't crazy. I'm going to come stay a day. Ooh-wee. All right. So with the Tower and this ending here, or it doesn't even have to be an ending. You got the Death card and the Tower card. The 10 of Pentacles is coming up. The Buffalo is coming up. What do we have here, Spirit? What can you add to that? Because it's like overnight. Okay, some abandonment. The Father of Wands with his 4 of Cups. I feel like that. Okay, so a general message to the collective before I get spicy and specific. This is the third eye master, right? The 4 of Cups talks about the father and not the king. So there could be some unexpected changes because I saw the Emperor early. The Emperor represents a king. This is a responsible person who is ready to be crowned, has been crowned, and has rightfully so went through the rite of passage to vet themselves to their dark side, their light side, and their in between. They're aware of it and they can handle it. The father, on the other hand, has the same tools. Let me just paint a picture. Both men, both have penises, both can make babies, both can do all this and that, right? But one of them could be a good husband, actually, a great father, and is responsible, right? The other one just can make themselves a biological parent and don't have, am I making sense? And I appreciate Kim Kranz, the creator of The Wild Unknown, for her archetype cards that actually broke down father versus king. Okay. So the reason why I said that, because while the Father of Wands is an amazing energy for me, I love the Father of Wands energy, especially with the Ace of Wands here. This is that telepathic action of, could be source itself communicating to you from within your mind. This could be you creating something from another dimension, bringing it into this physical realm, because image, right? We were all made in his image, imagination. Some of us could have had writer's block and some sort of drought, right, in our creative energy. Because I just talked about that too. It may be in the transits, but others of you, and I'm trying to get it out quick without confusing anybody, but there's more than, this isn't personal, it's a collective thing. So abandonment issues, especially for those where it's a father involved, or something unexpected, an ending of some sort, there's a message for you. If you want to get deeper into interpretation, I do offer one free card, okay, once a day. Don't pop up in every reading, tell me where my free reading at. But it's something that I'm doing all July. And for those of you that pop into the readings or post in the chat or like a post on my page, send me a screenshot, ask your question. But if you have had generational issues, abandonment issues, or have had some sort of creative block, there's a message for you. I'm specifically, before I get lost in my own sauce, I asked for clarifiers on the Tower and the Death card. So there may have been a masculine in a situation that rejected you. Not even gonna lie. Somebody very attractive out, trying to stay above water and dealing with some demons. Cause look, I'm getting so ready for these coffee cup readings. I'm looking at these little spots in the backdrop, and one of them appeared to be like, I ain't gonna say like a little demon, but you know how it be dark and you just see the eyes. So there could have been some negative energy around this person and they behaved poorly. There could be like some negative shit in your psyche in your mind, and you may have behaved poorly, abandoning shit or feeling rejected. And if I felt rejected and I wasn't healed, and being carried by the Holy Spirit, ain't no telling what I do. Cause it's like if the world say fuck me, then I'm on a rampage, and that could be the tower and something that changed. Okay, so let me stay focused. What else do we have? The third eye with this zebra, because Spirit is like, I'm giving you the shit if you stop being goofy. Okay, fine. I'll let you guys see it. And just hopefully it doesn't cut off with the upload. The zebra here, okay, the communicator to that area, and this portal with the high priestess here, and this message with this cup or this offer. Something internally is happening that's not being said, but being communicated through the mind or being corrected. You guys have 3 aces. So when I talk about new, when I talk about giving from source, when I talk about a needle in a haystack, something that everybody wants, something that everything is looking for, something that everybody is looking for, to cube the square, to be Neo, to come out of the matrix, to find a life partner that you have a physical marriage with and may be financially stable, the whole shebang. The 10 of cups, the 10 of pentacles, some of you want that. Some of you want this connection to a divine being or to become one, but that's what that 5 of, okay, we'll talk about that. That's what that 5 of wands represents. It's the needle in the haystack, something that everybody wants and they just looking for it. But with the 6 of wands that you guys already had earlier, you find it, you get it, or you are that one. Okay. Now, can I have a clarifier for it? Okay. Thank you. The spark inside, that's something I'm holding in, the secret I'm keeping, or those of you that are mystics. This is my mystic card, my shh, right? So I did have a video with shh literally on the thumbnail. That was our shadow work video that also briefly mentioned twin flames, past life regression, and the subconscious. So check the live stream tab for that. But some of you, there's a secret. Okay. For one group of you with this ash in the corner of my hand, that is so inappropriate. I wash my hands a lot. And I'm taking care of puppies that are just like newborn babies, constantly cleaning up shit. And I use disinfectants all day. And it's taking a toll. But let me grab this lotion because that's so tacky. So where was I at? Oh, yeah. For some of you, this mysticism or this secret and this light inside and this unicorn that we're still going to pull clarifiers for, that's wrapping all this together. There is something being handed to you that you've been separated from. That could be source itself, because the 3 cups talks about a celebration. The 4th coming in is like, I've had enough. It could be boredom. It could be, I don't want it. I don't want you. It's something that's not inviting. Okay. But then there's this opportunity. And then with this opportunity, it's like you walk in through these sticks into that portal and it's like amazing. Or it's a trick and a mystery with the 7 of swords where you walk through that portal expecting the shit I'm talking about. And then it's inside something else. It's something inside something. And for my conspiracy theories now, it sounds like I'm talking about Earth because they say this ain't even the real Earth. That's why some people say, oh, y'all in a simulation, because this ain't even the Earth that was Earth. Like Earth done been hijacked and it's some other shit going on. We'll have to talk about that another time. Others of you, as I did briefly kind of try to stay on focus with telepathy downloads, the Akashic records, some sort of amazing shit you got going on spiritually that's trickling down into your real life, giving you some glow, right? That's the movie The Last Dragon, and it says the year of the dragon, actually. So there's that. People dealing with people. I still think this is super dope because somebody was abandoned, somebody didn't want something, somebody waited, and another person is like about to burst at the seams. So maybe you get a surprise or a yes to your answer, or maybe they are trying to reach out and contact you, but you got them blocked. And the challenge is getting this stuff off of their chest, that you wondering why you getting these readings about this communication, and they don't got your number, you done blocked them and forgot, or something weird is happening, but you guys still may be communicating telepathically. It's kind of cute. I did talk about the mystics. Okay, cool. I did talk about a student. Okay, there you go. You got a student. And collaborating. Somebody wants to collaborate, or there could be an Aquarius that lies like a motherfucker, and you ask a lot of questions, and you about to figure that out because your shit is improving. What else? Something hidden. Okay. Others. Oh, I did talk about someone who may feel abandoned and rejected, and taking their opportunity because they see something in you, and I don't know about that, because I don't like the way I just said that. But so that's what we got there. Okay. Now, the Emperor becoming aware of something and wanting to start anew and have a new beginning with you is going to make you happy, because you're on their mind and they're receiving the messages from you. And there go my divine feminine. Here go her counterpart and what's in between them. Okay. A love bug. There's the star. And there's the bee. The bees are necessary. Don't they carry the something to the others? They carry the pollen from the trees to do something. The birds and the bees. Ain't that something? Y'all got a bunch of birds and there's the bee. Child, I done said that. I ain't miss shit. There it is. Or I'm just going to keep talking in riddles, and I think I got it. For the unicorn. Okay. 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 And okay. This is what we coming out of. Being lazy, splitting our minds, anxiety. We got Libra again. Jesus. Taking a pure sweet time, but there could have been there may be someone that has had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and now could be considering commitment. Others of you go from being broke to at least financially stable. You may not be rich overnight, but there's going to be some sort of change where you come out of hibernation and then, you getting your shit. Now, that also talks about a person, because I haven't seen the Eight of Swords, but dealing with legalities, taking a lot of losses. Someone who had to start from scratch and is now just kind of like getting a groove back. Either that's you or someone in the environment that may be changing or willing to change the situation, because it's like the thing that came between us or whatever the conflict was is working itself out. So now I have more room for whatever I didn't have room for. Could be. But this unicorn, we have temperance, something coming together, a rekindling of some sort. We have the butterfly, which talks about a favorable change, because it's the butterfly and the Two of Pentacles. It's a butterfly sometimes in the Death card. So it just talks about transformation. And we have air, so in thoughts, in spirit, or if you're dealing with an air sign. And then that family situation where whatever transpired with this ancestor or this woman may bring some sort of abundance to you. This is a female of a new legacy, okay, that either you'll be or that they are or they was. And I like that. And then how we started it, look at that, just from adding some trinkets. So that is what I have, and I do hope that it helps.